How's it going? So today we are in the junkyard. We're going to take off a 2012 Fusion rear right taillight. I would assume the procedure is the exact same for the left side as well. These are a little tricky. They have tabs on the inside of the vehicle and there's bolts on the inside as well. Again, this is how I do it. I'm sure there's much better ways to do this. I peel these tabs off, one here and one on the left side, and then one down here, down below, and one down below on the inside. So you got one here on both sides. I'm going to do that and we'll get right back. Alright, so I'm in the middle of this right now. I just wanted to show you what kind of tool you might need. A flathead screwdriver doesn't really work. This has, if you can tell, a little V tip on the end of it. That helps the most to get around these. So if you get in here like this, you can kind of pry it back. I know the camera works terrible, but if you pry it back enough, it'll come out. Or it'll break. If it breaks, you can go to AutoZone and buy new ones. It probably broke because it's 19 degrees out today in Ohio. So, pretty cold. I'm going to put this back on pause. Alright, so I got the 4 pins out. Again, here's the broken one, but this is what they should look like. They should have little teeth on them that are directional. Once you push them in, they usually stay locked in. Once you pull them out, it pretty much destroys the teeth on them. That's why I said if you want to go to a local automotive, store nearby, just take it in, tell them what car you have. They'll probably give you some. Don't be surprised if they're like $15 for 6 of them or something, because they are expensive. So now you're going to have this whole piece on the back of your car. You just grab it right here. I got behind and just kind of pull back and up at the same time, like toward the front of the car, but up at the same time. Work your way across. There's clips. Oh, here we go. Alright, doing all this one-handed. Set that to the side, put it on the car behind us. Alright, so what do we got now? There's a little guy right here. You just kind of untwist it, shake it off. At least that's how I've done it in the past. Alright, so now there's a little stud right here. That's where that came from. So if we pull this off, pull this back, it'll kind of get caught up here. It looks like there is a pin up here. I would just leave that one. I don't think we really need to take that off. Everything we need is right up in here. Just kind of pull this back and push it down a little bit. It'll fold back. It's preformed. So once you look in here, you'll have 3 bolts. You got one right here, one down below, and one over here to the far left. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see all 3 bolts. We'll see what size those are in a second. Alright, after a very close examination, it's a 10 millimeter. All 3 bolts are 10 millimeters. So we're going to get in there, we're going to take these off. Kind of hard one-handed, but 2 up top. 3 off to the side. Oh, that's right. Okay, so 3 actually has a plastic wire harness stuck to it. Just pull that off, and then the bolt's underneath. Alright, so as you can see, that was over that stud, just to hold the wires in place. Now we can get in there and actually remove it. There you go. Try not to lose the bolts that go on the back, or the nuts that go on the back. You got all 3. Start with 3, end with 3. Alright, after some more examination, we're going to undo this brown one, if we can get it out. Okay, we got the brown one. There's 3 connections. This one down here, little pinch, pull it out, and then same thing up top right here, same thing. Okay, so now it's all disconnected. And now we're just going to try to push right here on the light. I'm going to need 2 hands. But we're going to push on the light and kind of push on these studs. And we're going to try to work it away from the car. Alright, so this requires 2 hands because when you push in here, you're going to push the light out and you don't want it to fall on the ground. So when I pushed it out, a little bit of wiggling and it comes right out. You'll see there's a little hole right here, and these are where all the bolts went. You got one little plastic tab that lines up right here on the bottom and right here on the bottom in these holes. So that's for a 2012 Fusion. That's how I got the taillight out. Whatever information you got from this, I hope it helps. You know, I don't know. But yeah, so you could just repeat that for the other side. Same exact steps.